Dim Card Announcer at Siesta Musica every Saturday from 2 to 4 in the afternoon dito sa inyong nag-iisang himpilan, Cool FM. Mapapakool ka dito! Reminisce the memories and the good times at Siesta Musica.
Early morning sunshine.
Ikaw, mahal tanging ikaw.
I sail over seven seas to find
Your greatest love songs all the way from 2 to 4 every Saturday at Siesta Musica. Join Dim Card Announcer at Siesta Musica every Saturday from 2 to 4 in the afternoon dito sa inyong nag-iisang himpilan, Cool FM. Mapapakool ka dito!
Lahat ng drama, lahat ng tawanan, lahat ng iyong all-time hits. Ang tanging huntahan ng Masang Lamaw, #1 sa Mega Manila, nationwide pa. Broadcasting from TGON, TVH Group of Networks. Dito lang sa inyong iisang himpilan. Cool FM! You are listening to Cool FM, live from Cool Studios. This is koolNews at 6.
Good evening, this is koolNews at 6. I'm Cairo. Let's get into the headlines for this hour. Not only Attorney Elmer Galicia, but also all lawyers from ex-Mayor Alice Guo's or Guo Huaping might face sanctions from the Department of Justice due to discrepancies in the counter affidavit signed by Guo before her departure from the Philippines, according to Justice Undersecretary Nicholas Tai. Galicia notarized Guo's counter affidavit for her human trafficking complaint and claimed to have seen her on the night of August 14. But in the Senate hearing on Tuesday, Guo admitted to already signing the last page of her counter affidavit even before she fled the country in July. In an embassy interview also on Tuesday, TY said Galicia and all of Guo's lawyers will be held accountable for the questionable document. We will hold accountable the lawyers on Alice Guo's legal team. It's not just the notary, this includes the lawyers who appear at the preliminary investigation and her spokesperson, said TY. TY said Guo's lawyers benefited from the counter affidavit as it caused a delay in the case. For us, there is no doubt that the counter affidavit is fake. Such actions by lawyers should not be emulated, he added. Asked what the DOJ is actually planning to do, TY said that is currently being researched by our team in Baba. We are certain that we will file a disciplinary case with the Supreme Court for any possible misconduct by the lawyers. The Senate Committee on Women's Contempt Order against dismissed Pampang Tarlac Mayor Alice Guo stands today, as Senator Risa Hontiveros said before she closed the panel's hearing on Tuesday. Guo Huaping, the committee has not lifted your contempt citation. We will continue to request your appearance from the Venezuela court for our succeeding hearings, Hontiveros said in her closing remarks. Guo was cited for contempt on September 9 for testifying falsely and evasively before these Senate proceedings. The motion to cite her for contempt was made by Hontiveros, who heads the committee investigating Guo's alleged links to Philippine offshore gaming operators. Hontiveros also appealed to Sheila Guo, earlier tagged as Alice's sister, to finally tell the truth. If it is true that you're innocent, don't be afraid. Reveal the names of people who clearly used you, she said. Sual, Pangasinan Mayor Lee Saldo Dong Kalugay, meanwhile received a warning from Hontiveros. The senator said the chamber is not yet done questioning him about his involvement in Alice's escape from Philippine jurisdiction. We are not yet done with you. Please make yourself available in succeeding hearings, Hontiveros told Kalugay. The Senate's Tuesday inquiry marked the chamber's 13th hearing on the dismissed Baba mayor. Alice has been the subject of scrutiny after the Senate panel on women heard her alleged ties to Boco firm Zuan Huan Technology Incorporated in Pampang. Questions about her citizenship were also raised, leading to allegations that she is a Chinese spy, which he vulnerably denied. The National Bureau of Investigation, however, has confirmed that the former mayor and Chinese national Guo Huaping are one. The marriages officiated by dismissed Pampanga Mayor Alice Guo remain valid, the Justice Undersecretary Nicholas Roy said on Tuesday. Questions on the validity of marriage officiated by Guo arise during the House of Representatives preliminary debate on the Philippine Statistics Authority's proposed 2025 budget on Monday night. In an unabashed interview on Tuesday, TY said those marriages remain valid. Those who were married by Alice Guo during her time as mayor, we believe they can rely on the doctrine of operative fact, he said. The doctrine of operative fact recognizes the existence and validity of a legal provision prior to its being declared as unconstitutional and hence legitimizes otherwise invalid acts done pursuant thereto because of considerations of practicality and fairness, according to the Supreme Court. In other words, authority is separate from a fact, TY explained. The Senate Committee on Women's Contempt order against dismissed Pampanga Mayor Alice Guo stands to date. I think I have already read that one here. Over 700 million pesos worth of illegal drugs were seized from 27 suspects arrested in a string of bypass operations conducted nationwide from September 9 to 15, according to the Philippine National Police Drug Enforcement Group. Authorities confiscated 115,783 grams of crystal meth, locally known as shabu, and 22,000 pieces of marijuana plants, amounting to 791,724,400 pesos, based on PDEG's weekly report released on Monday. PDEG also disclosed the narcotics were from 18 operations and conducted during the said period. Last month, PNP Chief General Romel Francisco Marbel said that the police force is now implementing a recalibrated approach, which he said targets the source and supply chains rather than focusing on street-level food pushers and users. Our previous strategies concentrated too much on cutting off the heads, but we need to target the body, the entire supply chain, and the sources driving the drug trade, Marbel said in a statement. Police arrested two suspected gun runners on Monday in a bypass operation in Calatagan Town, Patangas. The Patangas police said on Tuesday, September 17 that Gilbert and Randy were arrested around 7 p.m. after they sold a caliber .45 pistol loaded with 5 bullets for 20,000 pesos to an undercover cope in a transaction in Barangay Balibago. The police said the firearm lacks government-issued documents or license and permits for the holder. The police are investigating further to identify the source of the gun. The authorities will subject the confiscated firearm to ballistic and cross-matching examinations to determine if it was used in past crime incidents. The suspects were detained and will face charges of illegal possession of a firearm and immunization. The Philippine Coast Guard is assessing the damage to corals up to 2 barrages, each carrying 7,500 metric tons of limestone ore, right on ground at the Campomanes Bay in Barangay Maricalum, Sipalay City, Negros Occidental on September 14. Ensign James Carbajosa, PCG Sergeant Negros Occidental Station Acting Commander, said they have yet to determine whether or not Big Job and Big Sun caused damage to the corals in the area. The 2 barrages came from Bohol and were bound to Rio Tuba in Batarasa town in Palawan when it encountered strong winds and waves to the southwest monsoon. The Big Job tilted on its side, causing its limestone cargo to spill into the water. Big Sun, on the other hand, had no cargo spill and was towed to the Anchorage area on Monday, Carbajosa said. All 16 crew members of the 2 barrages were safe. Asian Shipping Company Corporation, the owner of the two barge, is sending a new barge for the spilled limestone already to be loaded on. And former presidential spokesperson Harry Roque's refusal to comply with orders to submit key documents and to attend congressional hearings go against the principle of transparency and accountability, House of Representatives lawmakers said on Tuesday. In a statement, leaders of the House Squad Committee disputed Roque's latest assertion that the panel is acting arbitrarily, noting that the hearings were a chance for the former official to clear his name and clarify alleged links to Philippine offshore gaming operators. Flight is often an indication of guilt, Santa Rosa City Representative Dan Fernandez, who heads the House Committee on Public Order and Safety, said. If Mr. Roque had nothing to hide, he would face the committee and submit the necessary documents. His refusal to comply only raises suspicions among lawmakers. The House of Representatives is not acting arbitrarily. We are simply seeking the truth. Mr. Roque is responsible for clearing his name if he believes these allegations are baseless. Dodging the inquiry only raises more questions, Fernandez added. It is now 6:10 in the evening, and stick around as we will be covering more headlines when we return here on koolNews at 6. We will be right back. Welcome back to koolNews at 6. New business new registrations and renewals filed at the Department of Trade and Industry totaled more than 873,000 so far this year, increasing by around 3% as retail trade establishments continue to be the biggest portion of filers. Data released on Monday by the DTI showed that filings reached 873,555 in number, more than the 846,714 recorded from January to September of last year. The list covering January to September 15 comprised 727,260 new registrations, or 88.45% of the total, while the remaining 100,864 were renewals, according to the government agency's records. Over half, or 532,797, of the applications were filed in the barangay level, while those listed in the cities reached 189,997. Businesses engaged in the retail trade business, most of which are small neighborhood shops or sari-sari stores, made up 55.80% of the total with 487,500 registrations. The accommodation and food service category followed in the distance with 122,629, manufacturing with 49,338, and real estate with 43,650. Other categories with sizable shares are other service activities with 32,587, administrative and support with 31,570, and transportation and storage with 31,527. Region 4A still led with the largest number of registrations at 165, 208, almost a fifth of the total. The National Capital Region came in second with 140,227, followed by Region 3 with 115,369, Region 6 with 59,627, and Region 7 with 53,183. I might as well correct that it's actually 165,208 for Region 4A. Completing the other half in the top 10 are Region 1 with 48,747, Region 2 with 33,489, Region 10 with 32,109, and Region 5 with 31,046, Region 11 with 21,162. In 2023, the DTI began the full implementation of its online business name registration to streamline the listing process. Let's get into the headlines from around the world now as a trash balloon from North Korea landed on a Seoul building rooftop and caused a fire, a local fire department said Monday, among thousands of balloons Pyongyang has sent toward southward this year, sparking a tit-for-tat propaganda campaign. At around 9:04 p.m. or 12:04 GMT on Sunday, a fire broke out on the rooftop of a four-story commercial building in the western district of Seoul, Seoul's Gangseo Fire Station said in a statement. The fire was extinguished in 80 minutes and 15 fire trucks and 56 personnel were deployed, said the fire department, adding there were no casualties. Military and police authorities collected the balloon, which was being investigated. Pyongyang launched about 120 trash-filled balloons towards the border late Sunday, following 50 balloons that were sent on Saturday, South Korea's military said Monday. Around 40 of the balloons had already landed in the south, mainly in northern Gyeonggi province and the capital Seoul, the Joint Chiefs of Staff said. The bags attached to those balloons contain mostly paper and plastic waste, the JCS said, adding that they pose no safety risk to the public. Flames soar into the air from a sandstone outcrop on the hillside of the Absheron Peninsula near Baku, the capital of Azerbaijan, as it prepares to host the COP29 climate conference. The burning mountain Yanardog in Azerbaijani is fed by underground gas rising to the surface and ignited upon contact with oxygen. The abundance of naturally occurring fires from the energy-rich nation's huge gas deposits has earned it the nickname the Land of Fire. Azerbaijan's vast oil and gas resources have shaped the history, culture, politics, and the economy of the Caspian nation, said energy expert Kamaya Mustafayeva. Azerbaijan's oil deposits, 7 billion barrels of proven reserves, were discovered in the mid-19th century, making what was then part of the Russian Empire one of the first places in the world to start commercial oil production. The world's first industrial onshore oil well was drilled in Azerbaijan and also the first offshore one. Ashraf Haliyev, the director of Energy Ministry's International Cooperation Department, told AFP. Sweden has no plans to rescue financially strained electric car battery maker Northvolt, hit by slumping EV sales in Europe and stiff Chinese competition, Prime Minister of Kristersson said Monday. German auto giant Volkswagen is Northvolt's main shareholder with 21%. Since its creation, the Swedish company has secured 15 billion pesos, not pesos, $15 billion of credit and capital. Europe lags far behind China in the production of batteries for electric vehicles. Northvolt has been seen as a cornerstone of European attempts to catch up with China and the United States in the production of battery cells, a crucial component of lower emission cars. Europe accounts for just 3% of global battery cell production, but has set its sights on 25% of the market by the end of the decade. Northvolt said it was putting a facility that makes cathode active material at its main Swedish site in Skellefteå into care and maintenance until further notice. It did not say how many jobs it would cut. It had 5,860 employees at the end of 2023. The company also recently announced it was scrapping plans to build a facility to produce battery materials in Bologna, Sweden. According to Swedish media, the company is working on a new share emission in order to raise 7.5 billion kronor or $737 million. Time for some quick sports news. Jannik Sinner has hired Novak Djokovic's former fitness coach Marco Panici in the wake of the world number one being cleared despite testing positive twice for a banned substance. Welcome to the team, Sinner wrote on social media on Monday alongside a photo of himself with fellow Italian Panici and newly recruited physical therapist Ulysses Battio. The pair replaced Umberto Ferrara and Gianmarco Naldi, respectively, who Sinner parted ways with before his U.S. Open trumped after the two positive doping tests in March. Sinner had explained that the slight traces of clostebol had originated from a spray used by a member of his staff to treat a cut finger. The International Tennis Integrity Agency accepted the explanation, leading to a furious backlash from players including Australian Nick Kyrgios. Panici notably worked with compatriot Fabio Fognini, German Angelique Kerber, and China's Lina before being part of Djokovic's team from 2019 to earlier this year. Let's get into the showbiz happenings now as Gabby Garcia dismissed engagement speculations holding her and actor boyfriend Camille Ramos, which apparently stemmed from a recent photo of her hand with a ring. The actress gave a live update through a series of photos on her Instagram page on Monday, September 16. One of the photos shows her hand with bands on her index and ring fingers while beside two Polaroid pictures. In the Polaroid pictures were a portrait of herself and a photo of her kissing Ramos on the cheek. This then apparently led netizens to speculate on the long-time couple's wedding plans, but Garcia was quick to set the record straight. Guys, it's a ring from my mom. As far as I know, engagement rings should be on the left hand. It's my right hand, you guys, she said. Addressing fans, she continued, "Relax, babies, you will know, promise." And meanwhile, in Hollywood Empire, Robert Murdoch and four of his children on Monday went before a Nevada probate commission behind closed doors to an evidentiary hearing that could decide who controls Murdoch's media empire after his death. The hearing, scheduled to resume Tuesday and continue into next week, comes after Murdoch, aged 93, moved last year to change the terms of his irrevocable family trust. The New York Times reported, based on the sealed Washoe County court document, that it was part of a bid to ensure that his eldest son, Lachlan, remains in charge of his cadre of newspapers and television networks, including the Wall Street Journal and Fox News Channel. The court has kept the hearings closed to the public and most documents sealed, largely rejecting requests for access by news organizations, including the Associated Press. The trust was originally set up to keep equal control over Rupert Murdoch's businesses to his four oldest children upon his death, according to the Times. Murdoch stepped down as leader of both Fox News parent company and his News Corporation Media Holdings last fall. He is arguing that to preserve his business's commercial value for all his heirs, the trust must be changed so Lachlan can ensure his newspapers and TV networks continue to have a conservative editorial outlook, the Times reported. Lachlan succeeded his father as chairman of News Corporation in November. He is also executive officer at Fox Corporation, home to conservative news network Fox News, the Fox Broadcast and Sports Networks, and local TV stations. The media empire spans continents and helped to shape modern American politics. And that is it for koolNews at 6. We will be back with more headlines later with koolNews Primetime at 9. Until then, I'm Carol. We will see you later. Good evening.